Hello, and welcome to Ellen's Crochet Channel. My name is Ellen. Today is Friday, October 31st, 2025, Halloween. And this is an episode of Michaels. Did they trick us, or are we in for a treat? So, you will find my opinion in a few minutes. As promised, I got an email, I believe it was on Wednesday, that there was a big announcement. The Big Twist yarn was arriving in Michaels, and it was going to be available in all stores and online today, Friday, October 31st. So as promised, I took a ride to Michaels after work. Not just one Michaels, to two, because I thought, every Michaels can be a little different. And I went to the bigger Michaels stores in my location, where I live. There was probably 5 Michaels in a short distance. So the first Michaels, you will see the first and the second. And my opinion is the JOANN. I think Michaels bought whatever rights they had to Big Twist as a marketing ploy. I do not believe, and this is my opinion, that they have any intention of actually producing Big Twist. What I believe is on the shelves now is also leftovers from the liquidators, and you will see this on my video. Because if this was their big announcement, it's a dud. Yes, they did have more in stock than they've had in the past few months. They've had like little bits and pieces on the end caps. They have more colors. They have maybe 3 or 4 of each color. They're on end caps. They're not in a dedicated spot. Yeah, I think it's, and even with the fabric, they have these little tables. Yeah, they did buy the bolts, and they have aisles for the bolts. I think they had to put the bolts of fabric in the aisles because that's not something they could put on an end cap. But there really is no intention of them actually carrying Big Twist in the future. I think it's a matter of they wanted to lure the JOANN, the actual people that shopped at JOANN's, that only shopped at JOANN's, that would only go to Michaels maybe for a Karen product. And personally, I think it's a fail. It's an absolute fail, but that's my opinion. And, but I will say this. If you're in the midst of finishing a project and you need a certain color, you may be able to find it at Michaels. I would suggest going and picking it up now. You can see online what the stores have in their stock. And if you need a sage, they did have sage, and they had maybe 4 or 5. And I will be honest with you, I did not buy any yarn today, and I went to 2 Michaels. Yeah, because I'm done. I'm done looking for Big Twist and holding out any hope that we would be able to find the yarns that we loved. I think what we're finding, even in Hirschner's and Mary Maxim, it's all leftover. Yeah, I think before JOANN went out bankrupt, they overextended. They bought a lot of yarn, a lot of product, and what we're seeing being dispersed between these different stores and Michaels and online is what's left over, and that's sad. But again, that's my opinion. Stay tuned for my video. I wanted to videotape, live in the store. The music was very loud. The store was very crowded. They have boxes in all the aisles because they're, the Christmas items are there. So, they're unboxing Christmas product, and both stores were a hot mess. And as I said, I could not videotape live because my channel would have been dinged. Okay, so stay tuned for just a few minutes of a video, in both stores. And Yeah, I would say, my opinion, if you need a color, go to Michael's if you can pick it up. And I think Big Twist is over. Again, my opinion. And thanks for watching. Bye now. Well, hello, and this is Michael's number one. An end cap. Well, actually, this was the middle aisle section of Big Twist. They did have colors. I'll show you the colors they had. But maybe, 3 or 4 of each color. This is certainly leftovers of Big Twist from the liquidators. My opinion, it took Michael's a little while to sort through whatever they purchased from the liquidators and split it up between the stores. And in my opinion, what I believe is once this is gone, it's over. There is no dedicated aisle for Big Twist. But if you do need a certain color to finish a project, I would say, you may find it at your local Michael's while they still have the little bit they have left. Okay, so this is the first Michael's. To the left was the value, solids and twinkle. And this was all stuck in the middle of the store by the yarn. Then we were going to come upon the what they had as far as the pound, Big Twist value pound. They did have some colors, and they would maybe had 2 or 3 of each. And that was it for store number 1. And as you can see, there were boxes everywhere. It was very hard to film. Now we're going to come up on store number 2. And they had their Big Twist also on an end cap. That was the extent of the value. On the top shelf was a little bit of twinkle, a little bit of leftover variegated, and then the colors that you see there. Again, maybe, 5 or 6 of a certain color. And then this was the value pound, which was in this store also in the middle. Kind of squashed in between their Christmas boxes that they're unpacking. Very hard to film. And I could not do it live because the music was very loud.